So hello and welcome to Happy Hour with Hockett. I am your host, Anna Hockett, and I'm excited to partner with Colorado Springs Rising Professionals to bring you a new feel-good story each week with a few cocktails at the same time. This is the first show that we're doing of this, so I'm very excited to be here. And you may be wondering how a non-native Coloradan got involved with a local show like this, and I'll just be honest and tell you that a friend of mine has been inviting me to join Colorado Springs Rising Professionals for a while now. I thought in the time of quarantine it'd be perfect, and I wouldn't get roped into a lot of extra responsibilities because of the lack of being able to go to events and things. But the good news is I also was asked to host this show each week, so I'm very happy to be here. I've been in Colorado Springs for 3 years. The goal of Colorado Springs Rising Professionals is really to either be a venue for you to explore what you're passionate about or make connections in the world that works for you, or find another venue, whether it's through philanthropy or marketing or professional connections, and kind of meet you wherever you're at or be what you need it to be. So I've been fortunate, like I said, that my good friend Brandon Stevenson was kind enough to introduce me to Travis and Nikki that I have here today. And we just want to share a little bit about their business. I'll let them tell a little bit more about their story, but it wouldn't be a happy hour without a cocktail. So I will be opening a can of Don't Drink the Juice from, if you guys can see the logo right there, from FH Beerworks. And I'll toast to Travis and Nikki, and I can't wait to hear more of your story. Cheers, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me a little bit about yourselves and your story.
Yeah, so I'm Travis, and it's my wife, Nikki, and we are the owners of FH Beerworks. So we've been around since 2014. The location that we're sitting in today, we've been here since October of 18. So this is our second location. We're back down to one location now. We just closed our downtown location at the end of March, so we're back down to just the one location.
Okay, cool.
Been around for 6 years.
And are you guys from Colorado Springs, or how'd you get here?
Yeah, I was born here and grew up out east in a little town called Peyton.
Okay.
And Nikki was born in Denver, and she spent most of her life here too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been here since 2000, so 20 years.
So you guys are locals where I'm not. So my big thing when I finally pulled the trigger to join the Rising Professionals was because, even though I've been here for almost 3.5 years, and my husband, I'm happy to say, is a former Rising Professional star winner a few years ago. But, I travel a lot for work. So I think the one nice thing that's come out of this quarantine or maybe being in the city a little bit more is it does make me feel like I'm at home here a little bit more than usual, as it used to be an airport bar maybe. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons I kind of got involved, and it has really made me feel like Colorado Springs is more home to me. And one of the goals of the whole Rising Professionals networking group is to really find a community within Colorado Springs for different folks. So hearing that you guys are a little bit more local makes me excited that I've made the connection with you, and especially since you're making some of the best beer that I've drank in a really long time. So that's a solid connection that Brandon Stevenson introduced us to. That's for sure. So tell me about you guys in the beer business and how this started and what is the story?
Yeah, it's such a cool industry. We love what we do. And I was an electrician for 10 years before this, and I just never liked it. It never did the job for me. So started looking into opening my own business. I've kind of always had the entrepreneurial spirit, but didn't know what to do with it. And so as I was an electrician, I would try things here and there until I found something I loved doing. And one day I found home brewing. I didn't even know you could brew at home. But my buddy to it. So
was this when it was kind of a boom, or when it started getting more and more popular, or was this a little bit after some of the microbreweries really started popping up?
Yeah, the boom started about 10 years ago, and we're 6 years into our business now. I didn't even know really anything about the craft beer industry. I just brewed one day, and it was so much fun. And so I said to Nikki, like, I want to do that forever. That was so cool. And she said, cool, go figure out how to do it. So that was in 2010. And
Wow.
so I homebrewed for a couple of years and honed the skills there while we were also writing a business plan, which we'd never done before. And in 2014 we opened downtown. So yeah, it was one of those things where I needed more fulfillment in my work, and there's not really a good community involved with the construction industry. It's go to work and come home, and it's just a job. And I wanted more than that for us and for our lives. And being a part of this industry, just the collaboration and the friendliness of the industry itself, but the amount of connections that we've made with other industries and other people, and people in the city, and it's just been amazing. It's been such a cool experience just being a part of such a loving community.
Right. I would have to imagine in construction, it's like get the job done and get home and never think about it, never talk about it. Let's just do the work and we're done with it.
Yeah, I always use the analogy. I get more help from other breweries now when I need something than I used to get from my project manager at work. So it's just that kind of a difference of industry. We're all friends, and we trade hops and grain back and forth. Sometimes you don't have something, I've got a whole bunch of people I can call, and I get a bunch of calls, all the time for like, hey, I need this hop or this yeast, or, so we help each other out, and we do a lot of collaborations with brewing. We do a lot of collaborations with events and, beer festivals, stuff like that. So it's just really, really fun.
I bet.
With people.
Well, and it sounds like it's kind of a dream come true, especially if you've had an entrepreneurial spirit and then it kind of not happened, but you said, all right, if we're going to do this, let's do it. And Nikki, tell me about this for you. How was it for you when he's like, hey, guess what? We're going to brew beer instead of take the normal paycheck home every week.
Yeah. As unhappy as he was with electrical, I was like, sweet, it can't get worse than this.
Got it.
Try and fail. It's better than what you're doing every day. So get after it, go get it. And he really did. I mean, he was brewing, I don't know, at least twice a week. Then, in our garage, and we had a whole room in our house that was dedicated to it. And we had a kegerator. We used to have beer on tap at home. And so really what we built here is just an extension of our home. And what, we used to have a lot of friends and family and friends over. It was really just open door policy all the time. Doing this crafting community in our home.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just get to do that with the community at large now. So it's great. It's so great.
That's amazing. Because, you have me thinking when you're saying we used to do this at home, I'm like, well, I got to get more friends that do this at home, man, because that's, but now it's perfect because you're doing it on such a larger scale. And, especially for a city like Colorado Springs that's continually growing and getting more and more transplants or even locals that want to start doing more things or being, participating in local business and things like that. I think that's really impactful and that's really special. So Nikki, what were you doing before this?
I was in the veterinary medicine industry.
Okay.
And
so similar to beer.
And
not at all.
No, not at all. So vet medicine and kids, we've got 2 little kids. Our daughter, I was pregnant with our daughter, who's now 8, when he started homebrewing, and when we really decided to go gung-ho with it and do the brewery. So, and then our son, who is 6 now, was... One of them is right here.
Perfect.
This is life of Zoom calls now.
Exactly.
So there's one. Hello.
Hi.
So really is family run, right? So and then our son it was my due date with him when we got our approval to open our downtown location from the powers that be downtown. So
I have to ask, that's kind of nuts, right? To start a business.
Insane. I don't recommend having babies while you're actively opening a business. He was 3 days old when we started construction on our downtown location.
Yeah.
So,
and you opened the business when you were still pregnant with the first one. So it's like, let's throw as many surprises in our entire life as we possibly.
It's fine.
We got a couple dogs in the mix somewhere in there too.
It's crazy.
Whatever makes it easier.
So yeah,
guys, that's nuts.
Yeah, so we had a 2.5-year-old and a 3-day-old when we started construction downtown, and I was still working full time as an electrician, doing the brewery build out at night. We pretty much built the whole thing ourselves.
Wow.
So he's building it out construction site, and I've got a toddler and a baby at home, a brand new baby, and I'm on the phone with the state getting licensed and figuring out our federal licensing and all of that.
So how is that process? Is that pretty tough because it's alcohol, right? So I'm sure you have to get licenses and there's a bunch of hoops to jump through.
Yeah, there's a lot of red tape. I like rules, so I am the one who deals with that stuff. Travis is like the entrepreneur who's like, heck the rules.
Nothing applies to him whatsoever.
So I do the diplomatic work, and he makes stuff happen. So yeah, you learn what they want. You learn to play the game, and they get theirs, and we get ours, and everybody's happy.
Sounds like it's worked out. So I want to get into. I don't want to talk that much about the current situation because. So everybody knows it kind of sucks, right? And whatever. We'll get into kind of what you guys are doing now that's maybe a little bit different than you typically do at the end, because I really want to make sure that everybody has kind of some solid takeaways and next steps if they want to start, if they want to order and they want to get some home delivery and do some of the things that you're doing. But I have to ask, because like I'm just in heaven right now, and I don't know if I'm getting kind of buzzed up or what, but this beer is just so good. And I have two of them. I have the Don't Drink the Juice, and I have the Sticky Paws. And I'd love to hear a little bit more about like kind of the whole process. So you start like brewing beer in your home, and then you turn it into a business. It's like, I like to drink wine, but I'm not ready to start a winemaking business. So what was the process there? And then, tell me a little bit more about the specific beers. In addition to like what the original process was of, hey, we're brewing it at home and it tastes pretty good and our friends like it, so let's turn it into a business.
Yeah, well, I mean, at first it was a lot of learning and dumping beer down the drain.
Yeah.
Because we also care a lot about quality, and I did at home too. So if the beer wasn't good, then I didn't keep it. So a lot of learning and experimenting. There are style guidelines for each beer. So there's kind of a standard recipe template, if you will.
Okay.
To make an IPA, you're going to need this many hops, and so you can kind of get the basic idea from just what's out there. There's a lot of home brewing resources and stuff. So you kind of just learn like what the beer should be, and then you are able to take it and put your own twist on it. So, but yeah, Sticky Paws, it's a honey wheat, and we make it with local Colorado honey.
Well, I might as well open this one too, because the other one's over.
Yeah.
So here we go. Like I said, I'll host any show I can get a little drunk at 3:30 at. So cheers to Sticky Paws. I'll take a little taste. Like I said, I've had this one before. It's a little bit sweeter. It is a wheat one, you said?
Yeah, it's a honey wheat. So there's honey in it. It's a wheat base. But yeah, that was probably, I think, the fifth maybe recipe that I brewed at home that I made of my own recipe. So it came out really good the first time, and everyone loved it. And so we would share it with friends. And then one of my friends asked me if I would make a keg for his wedding. And so, I would do that, and everybody there would be like, "Whoa, where'd you get this beer? It's so good. Like, how do I buy this?" And so we're just sitting in the background listening to this, saying,
right,
maybe we're onto something.
For sure.
I think Sticky Paws made an appearance at 4 or 5 weddings before we like when we were homebrewers.
That's amazing.
Like, people want to give us money for something that we do for fun. Okay.
That's literally the dream. That sounds fantastic. I wish someone would give me money to watch reruns of Gossip Girl on Netflix, but they don't. So I have my normal job, but that's okay. Anyway, no, okay, so that's great. So you and it's pretty much stayed the same recipe ever since. I mean, you killed it. This is fantastic as well. This Sticky Paws, guys. This is unbelievable.
We made some minor tweaks along the way. When you go to a bigger brew system, things change. And so we went to the 5-barrel system downtown, and then we had to change it up a little when we got here. It's a 20-barrel system here, so another adjustment. But for the most part, that one has stayed pretty much the same.
Well, it's incredible. And you said it's local honey. So how do you pick where you're going to get your ingredients from? I know you said you share a little bit of stuff with different brewers in town, or you sometimes have to share some like the hops and stuff. But where's the honey from, or how do you pick that?
So the honey is from an apiary, a honey farm.
Yeah. Bees.
Bees. And they have had this apiary in their family for, I think they're third or fourth generation. And they are I was really attracted to it because the gal that when I was figuring out sources for ingredients as we were looking at doing this on a commercial scale and everything, she's mom, and she is, running around the fields they have with beehives with her kids in the truck, and just really connected with their story. But they are really the base of a lot of the honey that goes into a lot of different things. I know that like the honey yogurt from Noosa is their honey, and
oh wow, okay,
huge apiary, but they're local and they're multi-generational. It's a family-run business. They really care about the quality and the health of the bees and all of that stuff. So we just really connected with them and felt like it would be a really good fit, and volume. I mean, we had to find a producer that, when we're home brewing, it's only gallons, and now it's tubs and tubs and tubs. We're talking hundreds of gallons instead of a couple gallons per batch. So I needed to find somebody that could scale as we scaled too.
So that's what was going to be another question, and then we'll get into the next beer. But like that's kind of an art to how to scale a business, because I would assume at first you don't know how big it's going to be, especially with how popular microbreweries are right now.
Yeah, we had no idea what we were doing. So, we kind of just learned as we went. I mean, neither one of us have a business background or a business degree, or, we've had some amazing mentors along the way, but nobody in the beer industry. And so beer specific stuff, we just figured out when something comes up, we figure it out. That's the entrepreneurial spirit. And it's just, I think it's true. Definitely for us, we just,
we did it wrong a lot.
Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes. And
I was going to say, learn by trial and error sometimes, I would assume.
Our theory has always been just keep making new mistakes and don't make old ones. And
absolutely.
Worked out for us so far.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's great, you guys. All right. So let's talk about, so this was one of the first ones, is the Sticky Paws.
Yeah. And that one we homebrewed, and when we opened downtown in 2014, that was one of the beers we opened with. And it's been on tap ever since.
So to tell any listeners or viewers, I don't know how people are going to absorb the content, but so this Sticky Paws beer, do people put lemons in it? I would imagine that would be delicious.
We've seen people do orange slices.
Orange slices or lemons. It's absolutely delicious. If people are seeing this, it's got local Colorado honey. I'm loving it. And the other thing that's kind of wonderful is that it's got 7.5. What is ABV alcohol by volume? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they measure beer, is how much alcohol is in it, is percentage by volume.
So it's kind of high octane, which I enjoy as well. Yes. All right, so
yeah, but it drinks like a low one though.
It does. You would never know. It's not like one of these in your face. It's absolutely delicious. So everybody try that one. And then tell me a little bit more about this, and I'll let you tell me more about all your beers. But this, don't drink the juice. This is dangerous because it doesn't have as high alcohol content, but you could drink this all day long.
Yeah.
Right? And not even know what's happening. So tell me about Don't Drink the Juice.
That's probably
especially in the hot summer day. This is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably one of my top 3 favorite beers that we make is that one.
Okay.
And it kind of happened by mistake. We had an idea, and we used to do this thing called Test Tap Wednesday. And every Wednesday we would do a new 5-gallon batch, and we would tap it at the tap room. And this was one of our new beers that we did one night.
Like, do you still do this?
We don't anymore. No.
Oh. Because I'd come on a Wednesday if you need help.
Yeah, no, we did it for like 4.5 years. It got really hard to think of new recipes after 4.5 years of it.
Right. Every week.
Hundreds of new beers every year.
So we just, with this big space and stuff, and we've just moved on to some different events. But that was a fun event. But this beer kind of came from that. And it's called Don't Drink the Juice, because I'll just tell a quick version of this story. We had a couple brewers, and they were both working at the same time downtown. And the first time we did this, we used puree now because we're doing it at 40 barrels, but we did a 5-barrel batch of it as a seasonal. And so we went to the store and bought we had 3 shopping carts full of cuties, and people were looking at us like we're insane.
They're like,
what are you doing?
They're like, the orange store called. They need their tangerines back.
Yeah. And so we juiced them by hand, and they were in buckets on the floor. And so the brewer that was working on the beer knew that they needed to go into the beer, but then the other brewer didn't know what was going on. He thought it was just trash. And so he takes the whole bucket of orange peel and goes and dumps it in the trash, and they were supposed to go in the beer. And so I made him juice the second batch by himself. So then he does that, and he took, like, we juiced him and put the peels in, and I wanted everything to go in the beer, and he only put the peels in. And so I go in one morning, and he's got this nice glass of fresh squeezed orange juice on the bar. And I'm
so he didn't put the juice in, he just it must have been bitter, like really bitter.
Well, you get a lot of flavor from the peels, actually.
Oh, okay.
Juice in there too, just because we juice. Might as well use it. So he's got this nice fresh glass of orange juice, just drinking away as he's brewing. I'm like, what are you doing, man? That was supposed to go in the beer. And he's like, oh, I thought just the peels. So he has the juice, and so he's drinking it. And so we called it "Don't Drink the Juice" because he's not supposed to be drinking the juice.
I love it.
So that's how the name came about. But it's like a New England style hazy pale, and we do tangerine in it still. Really low ABV, easy to drink. It's citrusy but not bitter. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Started out as a big misunderstanding, but all the juice and all the peels eventually got in there.
There are tons of
Even though homeboy's like drinking the fresh squeezed, like painfully squeezed juice on the counter.
That's life.
I was like, dude, that's like $130 glass of orange juice.
I was gonna say, I'm like, wait, what? Oh, that's a great story. But like, even that makes it even better, right? Because this, like I said, it's already delicious. I can see myself getting cranked on these on the patio once, we are able to socialize, or even if we're not, when it's nice outside. So, I love it. All right. So tell me more about, if you want to, about a couple of the other ones. I know there's other options out there. It seemed like there was about 5 options at the liquor stores that I visited. I visited a couple just to see.
Yeah. We usually run 5 different SKUs at the same time. So we have Sticky Paws and Good Day IPA.
Okay.
And then we have a gluten-free mango blonde, and it's not gluten reduced. It's actually gluten-free. We make it with gluten-free grains.
Oh, wow.
Always on the
so you can drink as much as you want and you won't have any calories.
Well, it's not calorie free.
No, I know.
I wish calorie free beer would be nice. That's why we have seltzer now.
Yeah, I know.
But so we have those 3 always, and then we have two rotating seasonals at any given time. So we're just running out of a coffee milk stout that we did in collaboration with Building 3 Coffee, who's a local coffee roaster.
Amazing. Okay.
So we did that one. We're almost out of it. And then we do one every year for tax season called Paperwork. And it's a pale ale every year, but a different recipe every year. So this is our 2nd year doing it. So that's probably on its way out as well.
Okay.
We do have, I don't even think we've announced it yet to everyone, but we're going to do a strawberry rhubarb Sticky Paws. So that'll be out in 3 to 4 weeks.
If you need a guinea pig to taste test it, I'm in. If you want to do one of your Wednesday deals, I'll come. I'll show up.
See what we can do. So that one's coming out. We're planning on doing a light lager this summer. We did it as a test run this winter, and it went over really well. So we're going to bring that back. We always have 5 SKUs. We trade 5 on the shelves, and then we've got 17 beers on in the tap room.
Okay.
Well. And those change all the time. We have small batch system, so we run through seasonals pretty quick. So there's always something new to try here. We've got a tangerine seltzer on here that we do.
Wow.
We'll expand those flavors as well of the seltzer. So yeah. Got a lot of options.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. So as we're talking about options, let's talk a little bit about what are options right now with what everything that's going on.
Yeah, so we're fairly limited right now on what we can do. Our tap room is the bulk of our revenue.
I bet.
So
we're empty, as you can see.
Yeah, so we're hit pretty hard by this. This is a big part of our revenue that we're not getting right now. So we are able to be open for to-go orders, so people can stop in the tap room. We're doing crowlers, which are the 32-ounce cans.
Okay.
To go.
How much are those, Travis?
They're $12 to $14 depending on the beer. The
Perfect.
A little more. So I guess I should say 12 to 16. The gluten frees are 16, but it's like 2 pints.
Perfect.
So crowlers to go. We're in about 80 liquor stores around town. If the liquor store you go to has a good craft selection, we'll be in there.
Okay.
So you can get us all over town. I would say you can get us on draft at a lot of places, but that's not true at the moment. But normally we're also on tap at quite a few places. But one other option that we've kind of come up with is we're able to do home deliveries during this executive order. So we've set up a neighborhood delivery system. And so we're hitting 3 different neighborhoods a day, Monday through Friday. So we've got most of Colorado Springs covered. You can order online and then we'll bring it to you on your delivery day. So kind of you got to check where your neighborhood is. And we've got Google map that's linked and has all the neighborhood zones and all that. So it's pretty easy to find. So you can go on our website, fieldhousebrew.com/shop.
Okay.
And there's an online store there.
The map is on our Facebook page.
Yes.
So go to the Facebook page. There's a pinned post with that Google Map link. Click that link, find your area, say, oh, there's my house. You can click, it's shaded. They're all, each day is a different color.
Okay.
So click that. If you're on your phone, there's a little menu at the bottom that will change. And I don't know if it pops up. You may have to click on that little menu. If you're on a computer, I think it's on the left side. And it'll say like Wednesday deliveries, and then I don't even know what's on Wednesdays, like Stetson Hills or whatever. And we just kind of named some general. So just check the map, because not all of the neighborhood names are necessarily accurate. We threw this together in like 72 hours. So give us some grace. We're just trying to survive. So we threw together this map system and it works really well, but you can click that and then a link will come up. You can order, you can click that link and it takes you to that fieldhousebrew.com/shop link. So map first, click the link, place your order, and then we bring it to your house.
Yeah, and that post is pinned on the top of our Facebook page. So if you go to our Facebook page, that will be the first thing you see.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Well, you guys, I have to thank you so much. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but this was great. It was just so good to hear your story. We want to help out local businesses as much as we can right now. And you guys, come on, like delivery booze. If that's not the best idea I've heard since this whole thing started, I think you should probably continue it.
Yeah, we will as long as we can.
Right. So absolutely. Well, Nikki and Travis, thank you both so much.
Do I have time to plug one more thing?
Please do. Absolutely.
So we actually were in Hawaii when the dine-in ban went into effect. So we had to improvise from an island on the middle of the ocean, and we came up with a lot of good ideas down there. So one of the things that we came up with was drive-in entertainment. So drive-in movie theater. We were not able to do it during the stay-at-home order, but that lifts May 1st, which is this weekend. This week. No, next weekend. Sorry.
Next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 days from now. So anyway, we bought a screen and a projector, and we are ready to launch drive-in entertainment. So we're going to do drive-in movies on Saturday nights, and we've been talking to a couple local stand-up comedians, and so we're going to do like some drive-in stand-up comedy. Possibly, we're working on getting some live music to transmit
drive-in
into your
concerts.
car. So this whole drive-in entertainment business, I guess you could say, we're going to start launching that in May. So there will be more information on our Facebook page, definitely, and hopefully on our website as well soon. But yeah, Saturday nights, we're going to start doing movies. We're doing Nacho Libre on May 2nd. So,
because why wouldn't you pick that for the first one?
What else would you pick? So anyway, I wanted to throw that out there real quick. That's going to be a lot of fun. So there'll be a ton of events on our Facebook. We run most of our events through our Facebook page. So if you're ever wondering what we have going on, Facebook is the best place to figure out to find out what events we have coming up. So
amazing.
All that will be on there.
Oh no, I'm so glad that you plugged that. I'm really excited about that. That sounds like it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And especially you come up with it in Hawaii. I don't see why anything that could go wrong there, right?
Yeah, and so also with that, you can order, while we're not allowed to be open in the tap room, you can order on our online store, and you'll be able to pick it up while you're here for the movie.
Even better. I love it.
Not during the
Don't
movie.
drink in your car. Disclaimer.
But we'll have orders ready, and whoever comes to the movie, we'll bring your order out at the end of the movie, and you can take it home with you.
Fantastic. I can't wait to do it myself, and I certainly can't wait to keep drinking these beers, because I'm happy camper right now. And I'm not as much of a beer girl. I'm more of a wine girl usually, but this is changing the game for me. So I'm so happy to meet both of you. I'm so thrilled to tell everyone to keep supporting your local businesses and check out, Colorado Springs Rising Professionals, because it helps connect people like us, which is great. But Travis and Nikki, thank you guys both so much. Best of luck with everything going on. I will probably be ordering some delivery whenever I know that it's coming to my neighborhood. My husband, true disclosure here, he's a beer snob in the opposite direction of like most people. He only drinks Coors Light. So already he's probably like, why does she have these beers in the fridge? And I'm gonna be like, open it up, and then
order it with pale lager. Yeah, that one's our pale lager is pretty much like full original. So that's what I was thinking for folks like him. But I have to again, thank you so much.
Super grateful to learn your story and can't wait to keep supporting you guys as much as I can in the next month and beyond.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us. It's been a good time.
Wonderful. Well, cheers, you guys.
Thanks. Cheers.